in the previous sessions, we have covered some of the basic job interview questions that are commonly asked by recruiter or people generally in HR. Now, I want you to be able to look at job interviews from a different perspective. Look at them as conversations and also realize that every job interview, every conversation in this way is literally like a basic sales conversation. Now I'm gonna bring you to one example because I'm sure everyone here can relate to that and has been through this at least once, even if you have never been on a job interview. So do you know how you might get a telemarketing call and you pick up because you didn't realize it was telemarketing call, because who actually wants to pick up that call? And I can tell you, one of my student jobs was actually in a call center. Nobody wants you to call them, trust me. And you're gonna pick up, and before you even manage to say anything, they're gonna be like, they're gonna tell you everything. They will make sure that they're reading the script because their calls are being listened to. They're gonna make sure that they're gonna read the whole script so that they can be like, check, I've done that, I've said that, and nobody can tell me anything. I've done my best, and they didn't want it, right? A lot of people actually go with this mindset to a job interview. They're trying to persuade the person so much that they forget one thing. I'm gonna give you an example of actually one of the telemarketing calls that I have received. It was just not too long ago. They called me and they started asking me. It was actually my phone provider, if I'm not mistaken. It was my phone provider. And they started telling me so much about how they have amazing program where they really want me to have that program because it would be so valuable for me, because I could have all the TV channels, blah, blah, blah. And they kept going on and on and on. And I'm like, I don't have a TV. I don't want a TV. I don't want to watch a TV. They were talking to a wrong person. And they could have actually told me something different, because I wanted to actually even call the provider about a different service. They could have very easily upsell me about something different if they actually ask me what I need. Where am I right now in life? They didn't. And at the end, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't want a TV, and all of you are suggesting me our TV channels. Like, I really don't want that. Clearly, they didn't make the sale because they didn't ask. Similar thing could be if you land in a new country and you really want to, you are just right now at the airport and you want to know how you're going to get from the airport to the city center. You're going to start talking to a random person who you meet on the street, and you talk. And then the person is just staring at you because you didn't let them speak, because they didn't manage to even tell you that they don't speak a language, that they don't understand the language that you're talking to them. And they tell you like, I know English. I'm sure you've been through that, right? When you're traveling and you just want to get guidance from somebody, but you didn't ask them if they speak English. How could they tell you, right? So this is something I saw in so many job interviews. Remember that job interview is a two-way street. You are there to ask questions as well. And in the moment when you really find out that this is a very good job for you and you really would love to have that, this is the moment when you start asking them, what is that culture? How do you expect people to show up? What do you want this team to look in the future? Where do you see this role evolving in the future? How could I be benefit to you? And then you take that one thing that was their pain point and you show them how you can deliver that, how this is you. And also don't forget one thing, most people, depending again what is the size of the company that you're applying to, but most people actually go through several rounds of job interviews. You need to talk to each of these persons specifically to work what is their point. You need to be talking to the recruiter very differently than to the hiring manager. And I don't mean differently as changing your personalities. I mean, talking about different topics, asking them different questions. You're going to be asking the HR or the recruiter about the company culture. You can ask them about the benefits. You can ask them about whatever it is that overall you care about when it comes to the company and the employer that you want to be under. but you're going to be asking more about the vision for the job of the manager. Don't be asking these things of the HR. Most of the time, they don't know it, right? The HR person is looking into different stuff. So ask interrelevant question where after you understand what they want, you can give them what they want. If we actually come back to the example of the marketing call, right? You receive this call, and again, this is another example from my life, from the same company, by the way, just different person calling you. This person literally called me and asked me, what is there right now, what we could offer you, what you're maybe missing? And she asked me, these are the services that I see in the system that you have right now. How are you happy with them? Could we improve it somehow? Is there some kind of feedback you could give us? This is the moment where you feel like you're being cared for. This is the moment where you're like, oh no, actually there's nothing, but I'm so happy. Or, oh yeah, I was actually wondering about this or that. What's the speed of my internet? Whatever, like something is not working. And even if you have something to potentially complain about, just by the fact that you feel that they care, even whether it is the company cares or just that individual cares, you are actually so happy to discuss it with them and to make some changes or even to order something. And again, taking that metaphor to a job interview, the moment when you ask these questions, they already see you being invested without being paid a salary first, right? This is what the company wants. The company wants an invested person most of the time, right? Hopefully they're hiring for the right reasons. That's how usually they want it. They want to have a person who is actually invested in their job, who wants to do a good work, who wants to be paying a salary to somebody who really doesn't care, right? So I hope you understood the concept that I was trying to tell you. Go to the interview with an open mind. If this is the first interview that you're going to have in this company, so most probably, depending again on the size of the company, most probably it would be an interview with somebody from HR, whether it would be the HR or recruiter. So this is the moment where have a clear vision about what your values are and what is the type of company that you want to work with. Second, try to study the job description so that you can have just some question about it, whether it would be, and you can even say, I'm not sure if this is a question for you, or maybe into the next round. Show some interest. And with that, you will also understand what is it that they actually want, so that you can kind of like think about what are your hard skills, what are your soft skills, what is your overall experience already. And then you see what they want, what you can offer, and you just give them exactly what they are asking for. Really truly believe that this way you're going to be successful on the interview. I wish you good luck with that, and I will see you in the next session.